up and down the stairs. I'm feeling very out of shape. Anyway, I should do that a few more times on a Sunday. So, on this Peace Sunday in Advent, we gather in expectation of Christ's coming. The one who turns us toward peace. The peace that we deeply long for. And I thought that this Sunday we would turn to some really brief, practical lessons, scriptures that I was thinking about when I thought about Peace Sunday. I think there are scriptures that are very helpful to us in the midst of our busyness and our uncertainty and some of the unsettled ways we can feel at this time of year. So we're going to listen to God's steadying voice today as we reflect on the readings and open our hearts to inner peace. So I thought that also we would sing a refrain during this sermon time. We'll hear scripture readings and I'll comment a bit and we'll sing together. So we'll try it out now first as we start. Nothing can trouble. It's a bit repetitive. So.
One time through and then we'll sing.
One time through and then we'll sing. Okay.
Verse 34. So do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today.
Who doesn't need to hear that? To focus on today's worries rather than run down the monkey wheel of tomorrow's. So the scripture talks about how peace is in the present moment. Jesus reminds us that tomorrow has enough worries of its own, but to focus on being really present here in the now. Advent peace, I think the kind of peace we talk about during Advent, isn't the absence of trouble, but the presence of trust. A gentle invitation to breathe, to release what we can't control, to give the rest to God who holds all of our tomorrows. Let's sing together. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten, no succeed God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten.
And from Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be. I was at a workshop once where on one side of the paper, we needed to write down the things in life that we value most. And then on the other side of the piece of paper, we had to write beside them how much time per day we spend on those things that we value most. Try it. It's illuminating. Where we place our emphasis, our time, what we treasure, where we put our resources, all of them, our personal resources, that's where our heart is. What we value and what we spend time at doing shapes who we are. And I think we are most at peace when those two columns align for us. Let's sing together.
Nothing can frighten those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
Ecclesiastes 3:12 and 13. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God.
So this part of the reading follows the famous part of the reading that, there's a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, time to plant, time to pluck up what is planted, it's on and on. And this is at the very end of that. And it's actually my favorite part of the reading because it's so very practical and pragmatic. There's nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, and to eat and to drink and to find satisfaction in their work. Well, that kind of just sums it up, doesn't it? Ecclesiastes reminds us that joy and peace are found in the everyday things, the things that we do, our work, our the way that we find happiness in our lives. That there is satisfaction woven into every day if we choose to look at it, our lives that way. So that peace is not necessarily found in grand achievements, but noticing that the sacred is woven through every moment of our lives. We sing together.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. Those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
And Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life.
Everything that we do and our approach on life springs from the condition of our hearts. So Advent peace invites us to guard our inner life with tenderness, or regard it with tenderness, paying attention to what shapes us, what drains us, what thoughts restore us, what feelings restore us. And when we nurture compassion, humility, and courage within, the peace of God flows out of us in words and actions. We sing together.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. Those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
And Proverbs 3, verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight.
I don't know if you do this, but I lean on my own understanding a lot. It's the driving force, my own understanding. I like to think I'm in control. Do you like to think you're in control? Yeah. Until something happens and I realize I'm not really. Trust is the pathway to peace. We often rely on our own understanding, even in situations where our own understanding can't grasp the reality of what we're facing, and we try to navigate life by sheer effort or will. And Advent calls us to a kind of surrendering to God, the holy willingness to let God guide our path. When we trust the one who sees farther than we can ever see, we feel less anxious. Let's sing together.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
John 13, verses 34 to 35. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another.
Love one another. Well, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Sometimes. But it's the true mark of discipleship. Love. Not perfection, but love. And Advent peace is revealed each time we choose the path of love, even when it's hard. Maybe sacrificially, maybe courageously, perhaps without condition. When our communities practice radical love, the world catches a glimpse of the peace that Christ came to bring as well. A new command I give you, love one another.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
Hebrews 10, verses 24-25. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching.
Encouraging each other. Peace is often found in community. The writer of Hebrews urges us not to drift away from one another, but to gather and encourage each other and uplift. When we cheer each other on toward love and good deeds, we create spaces where hope is sustained and peace is shared. Advent reminds us that we journey better in this world together.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
Mark 8:36. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul?
Have you ever really wanted something and then you got that thing, and then that thing you realized was not what you wanted at all? It actually might have not been a gain, but a loss. Anybody? Yeah. So this verse asks a piercing question. You know, what is truly worth our lives? What is truly worth our effort? What is truly worth our time? Advent peace invites us to loosen our grip on worldly success and return to what nourishes our soul. Compassion, justice, wonder, rest, creativity, communion with God. Nothing the world offers can replace a grounded and a peaceful heart and soul. Let's sing.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. Those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
Romans 12, chapter 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
What patterns of the world do you conform to? Where does your mind need to be renewed? Peace so often requires some kind of transformation for us. And some of the world's patterns, fear and scarcity and division, are not God's patterns. When we allow our minds to be renewed by God's wisdom, we begin to see new possibilities, choose to behave differently, to respond differently, and live with a peace that resists some of the unrest that we experience in our lives. Renewal becomes the birthplace of discernment for us. And when we discern well, we are on God's path, and that is a path that leads to peace.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. Those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
Matthew 16:25. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it.
Paradox lies at the heart of peace. We find our truest life not by clinging, but by releasing. Jesus invites us to let go of the ego's demands in this passage and step into a life shaped by love and surrender and purpose. And in giving ourselves away to God, to our neighbor, to compassion, we discover the deep and enduring peace of a life that is aligned with Christ and our best lives.
Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. Those who seek God shall never go wanting. Nothing can trouble, nothing can frighten. God alone fills us.
So I'm going to share all of those passages with you. I invite you just to close your eyes if you want to, and to just absorb them and take them into your spirit. So do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring enough worries of its own. Today's trouble is enough for today. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust consume and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust consumes and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. I know that there's nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their work, This is the gift of God. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. And by this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet forfeit their soul? Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. And we continue to pray together in song. 684. Let's go to 684.